I'm Dina Riley, and today we're going to do mine, and I hope everybody else's very favorite clam chowder. It's my mother's recipe that I don't know where she got it from, but it's really good. Everybody really likes it, and there's no flour in it, which is like one of the special things about it, because most people put flour in it. And you know when you ever go to a restaurant and you order clam chowder and you pick it up with a spoon and it's like paste and glue, and you really don't want to eat that. I mean, I could put my wallpaper up with that, but we don't want to do that. Mine's kind of soupy. It's not thick, believe me, and it's really good. You'll really like it a lot. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of our utensils that we use. They're very easy. It's no big deal. We use the pan to pare the carrot with. Easy. Everybody has one of them in their kitchen, I would think. And then we have your regular, very favorite paring. This is my very favorite paring knife too. You always have a favorite paring knife to peel potatoes and all that. And then normally, you have a spoon to stir stuff around in the pan, and that's basically all you need. And then we're going to go to the pot. Okay, you can use any size that you want. It depends on how many people you're going to feed. This here will feed a good 6 to 8 people. If you're going to, go to a party where there's going to be 20, 30 some odd people, you want to get a bigger pot, then you're going to double everything. It depends. I usually use, for this size pot, like 3 carrots, 4 or 5 strips of bacon, 2 or 3 potatoes, because there's so much stuff in it. It's unbelievable, and it's really good. But this is the size pot I'm going to use today. Okay, now I'm going to show you everything that you need. It's no big deal. Really, it isn't. I personally use the Snows clams. I use the minced or the chopped. The chopped is the best, really, because, of course, they're thicker than the minced, but it's really no big deal. You can use both. I do use both. As a matter of fact, today I'm going to be using both. I do have minced and chopped together here. In this recipe, normally I use 6 cans, but I'm going to add an extra one because I'm going to take a little extra to work with me tomorrow. Some of my friends want some of my chowder because they love it so much and they don't know how to make it. So I'm adding a little extra. Then we need your carrots, your onions, potato, bacon, and you have to have butter. Do not use margarine, please, because it'll ruin it. And seriously, and heavy cream. You need 1 pint for every 2 gallons pot that you're going to use. You need 1 pint of heavy cream. Main ingredient is butter. Butter and the bacon. Don't forget. Now, we're gonna start cutting everything up, and then we're going to cook. We're going to go right into it. Okay, now we're going to cut everything up. As you can see, I have some stuff already cut up because we have we don't have that much time. So basically, like I said, with my size pan, I only use about 3 or 4 carrots. This is what you're going to do, okay? You're going to cut up your carrots just like this, okay? And after you cut like 3 or 4 of these, you have a whole bunch of carrots like that. So what I do to make time, for myself in my kitchen to make it quicker, I take the carrots and I cut them 3 or 4 together and down the middle, like that, just like that. I take like 3 or 4 together, stack them up, just like that, and then I take my knife and I cut them right down the middle. And if you want, if they're like really big, you can go down across again like you're doing 4s. It's easy. It's no big deal. And that's probably about enough carrots that we're going to need for this recipe. Now we have the onions. Okay? Just take basically a big round, one really big round onion is good. Okay? Get rid of that. And we'll just cut it right down like that. And normally what I do is I just start going like this. That's all you have to do. Just chop it up. Chop, chop, chop. That's all we do is chop, chop in this recipe. Now, of course, we have the bacon. This is, again, one of my other very favorite recipes here is the bacon. My bacon here was frozen. I always take it and I freeze it. So it doesn't matter, though. You can take it, even if it's easier to cut it when it's frozen. And you just cut it right across like that. Like that. Excuse me, let me just get a better knife. That one's not that great. Okay. There we go, like that. And cut it all up. Just chop up your bacon. It's no big deal. Just like that. See? In little pieces. That's plenty of bacon for what we're going to use. Now we're going to peel our potatoes. So we're going to go over to this. I'm going to go over to the sink. Tell you the truth, I should have told you earlier, I don't like potato peelers at all for potatoes. So just hold on, I'm just going to get a knife. This is what I'd much rather, it's much easier for me. I just peel off the skin. It's much, much easier for me. Okay. My knife's a little wet. That way it's, see how much easier it is when you wet your knife? It slides right over it. You don't even pick up hardly any potato when you do that, see? Now this potato here needs to be cut. Okay, here we go. We're all set with this one now. Okay, now I'm gonna go get my other ones, bring them over, and we'll be all set to chop them up. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna use our butter. Remember I told you, no margarine. That's taboo in my recipe. We do butter. I want you to use a whole stick, okay? Put the whole stick in there, and I have to use my letter because it's a little clogged, but we're all set. Here we go. Now we're gonna melt the butter. It's gonna melt real nice. It's all nice and melting, and I have this on a slow simmer, not wildly where it's gonna be boiling and stuff, okay? And the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna throw the onions in, and we're gonna let them boil till they get transparent. Not till they cook where they're brown, dark brown or anything, just till they're transparent where you can like see through them, okay? Okay. Now we're gonna stir it around a little bit. I got 1 or 2 carrots in there, but pretend they're not there. Pay no attention. They just all mixed up on the board. Okay? I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit because it's not simmering quite as fast as I'd like. Okay? Now if you can see, it's starting to bubble a little, and it takes a couple of minutes for everything to be transparent for the onions. And the next thing we're gonna do after the onions is we're gonna throw the carrots in. And then we have to cut up the potatoes because we haven't done that yet. Actually, I could cut them up while we're waiting for the carrots to be transparent, okay? So, just like I said, everything gets chopped, okay? It's really, really not a hard thing to do. And the potatoes, the smaller the potatoes are, the quicker that they get soft in the water, basically. If they're too big, it takes a long time for them. And plus, you know, when you're eating clam chowder, you really don't want to have a big, huge piece of potato in your mouth, do you? You'd like to have little bits, you know? Okay, we're going to stir this up a little bit here. Okay, now that this is, I'm going to lower it a little because it's a little bubbling a little too high now. So we lower it a little. Okay, finish chopping up potatoes. This onions smell good. Okay. Like I said, I like my carrots. I like my onions really small, and my potatoes, and because you don't want to get big clumps of stuff while you're eating it. You know, like little bite-sized pieces is what you like. Makes it more tasty, I think. Okay, now if you can see, the onions are starting to get as transparent where they're light. They're very, you could see that they're You can see through them almost. This is transparent. Now we're gonna throw all the onions, all the carrots in. Carrots make it a pretty color too. And like I said, the more that you need to make, you just double it or triple it, or whatever you like. It's basically your own preference, Okay, here we go. We're gonna turn it up a little bit now. Okay, there we go. We're gonna let that simmer a little, and we're gonna throw the bacon in also as soon as we finish the potatoes. Potatoes, these are the ones that, it's just like when you make mashed potatoes. You throw the mashed potatoes in the water and you wait for them to boil, and you test them with the fork to see if they're soft. Well, that's basically the same thing you're doing here. You want them to be soft. You don't want the chowder to be done before the potatoes, because then you're going to get a hot potato. Who wants to eat that? I don't. So this is what we're going to do. That's why I said cut them real small, like chunks, chopped. And it's great this way. Okay, let's give this a little stir here. This already starts to smell good. I love the smell of onions cooking anyways. Okay, we're gonna throw our bacon in now. This is one of my favorite parts. I love the bacon. If you people were here in my kitchen right now and you could smell how this bacon smells with this onion, you would say, that smells good. What is that? It's really good, I'll tell you. It's excellent. And a lot of people, bacon and chowder, New England chowder, but I'm telling you, it's really good in there. It really is, gives you that really nice smoky flavor. Okay, our potatoes are just about set. Okay, now what we gotta do, we don't even think about putting the potatoes in yet. Not at all, because what we have to do now is go over and open up all the chowder cans, and that's going to take a couple minutes. So we're going to stir this up. Can you see how nice that looks? Doesn't that look nice? Nice. And it has a lot of butter in there too. And for you cholesterol-free people, you can get the butter light, as long as you don't use margarine, because margarine just does not give it the butter flavor. But you can use the butter light. There is Land O'Lakes has a light. Land O'Lakes light is out, and it's just don't use margarine. Any butter that you want is fine. Just don't use margarine. Okay, now we're gonna go open the cans of clams. Okay, now we're gonna do the clams. Everything over there in the pot is cooking. We're all set so far. Okay. Okay, we have a lot of cans to open up. It's a pain, I know, but we gotta do it. But the best thing to do though is be careful, because don't lose a lot of that juice out of these cans, because the juice is really important too. You really like to have that juice. The clam juice is good. And like I said, I have minced and chopped here. Both are good. My husband himself likes the chopped because he likes to be able to pick up with the spoon a big clam. I myself like the minced, because they're minced. They're little. I like it better. So it's your own preference, And according to your own budget, you don't absolutely have to buy Snows. You can buy whatever you like. We have 2 more left, and we're almost done. And then we get to go back to cooking. That's my favorite part. I hate all this preparing stuff. It's a pain. I don't know how we're going to do with this can here. It's bent. So if we have trouble with it, then we'll just have to, deal with it. By the way, at the end of this show, if you'd like to have this recipe, it will be on at the end of the show. And if you get a piece of paper and pencil ready, you'll be able to write it down. And I know you'll enjoy it, and I know your family will too. It's really, a good recipe. And it's not hard. It doesn't take as long as it seems. And you get down. Get down, Coke. Okay, this is the last one. As you can see, my hands are getting real slippery because the juice and stuff. Oh, I hate opening these cans. Such a pain. All right. Now we're going to go back over to the pan. We're going to stir everything up, and we're going to put our clams in. Okay, now we're going to add the clams in the juice, okay? Okay, I got 7 cans here. 1, 2, you really don't want me to count them, do you? All right, I guess I will. 3, 4, 5, 6. Now look at that. Doesn't look like clam chowder yet, though, does it? Wait till you see. It's gonna be a surprise. 7. All right, let's stir it all up, okay? Oh, this is gonna be good. I can tell already by the way it smells. It's gonna be good. Now, what we have to do is we're gonna raise the gas. We're gonna let it boil, and what you have to do is, normally if I use 6 cans clams, I'm gonna use 3 cans of water. I use 7 cans of clams. Take a guess. What am I gonna do? 3.5 cans of water. Very good. Okay. So we're gonna go like this. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3.5. There we go. Now, I think I'm gonna put a cover on it just so that it will boil faster for you. And then we get to throw the potatoes in, and after that, we get to do more stuff. It's gonna be real fun too. Okay, I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna go over and get a cover now, okay? If I can find it. What did my husband do with the cover? Oh well, found it. Okay. And then we're gonna get my cat off the counter. Come on, get down. See, it's time for him to eat, and he knows it. So, get down. All right, it's time to put the potatoes in. All right, now we have a lot of potatoes because you like to have, but like I said, cut them up small, okay? And they have to boil a little bit because you want them to be soft, okay? All right. So now, always gotta wash your hands. Make sure you do that. Stir all this up. It still doesn't look like clam chowder, I know that, but you wait till we put the heavy cream in. Then it looks like clam chowder. We stir it all up, okay? Now it's gonna boil. We have to let it boil for a little while so the potatoes will be soft, just like when you make mashed potatoes. Now while we're doing that, I think maybe it's time that we start doing what every woman would do, or every chef that would do. While it's cooking, you start to clean up your mess, okay? So what we're gonna do is clean up our mess. Don't forget, now you still have your 1 stick of butter left because we started with 2, and we have the heavy cream, okay? So we're gonna keep those because we're not done yet. We're gonna take all our mess, we're gonna clean it all up, okay? And you really gotta clean off the cutting board, and I would suggest that you always use a cutting board because you don't want to cut off cut your counter and stuff and make cuts in your counter. Always use a cutting board. It's best for the knife too because it doesn't dull the edges of the knife, you know. And okay, that's all set. Now, excuse the noise again, but we're gonna have to put the garbage disposal on. So there we go. All set. Okay. And that's about it. Now we're just waiting. It's boiling. It's boiling really good, but you gotta keep stirring it up and stuff and making it happy. It's gotta be happy little clam chowder. Gotta have happy clam chowder. You know? Okay. In the meantime, I'm gonna dry everything off, put it all back, pretend like we're gonna start from the beginning again. Okay? And now we just wait for the potatoes to get soft. Soft potatoes. Is that funny? soft potatoes. A lot of people I know have soft potatoes in their head. But that's, you know, half of the course. Wouldn't it be a strange world if we were all the same, wouldn't it? Gotta have different people. That's what makes the world go round, different people. Did you ever get up in the morning and say, stop the world, I want to get off? Well, unfortunately, we can't do that. I don't know. We'll just say, oh, look, we're boiling happily now. We're happily boiling, boiling happy. Boil, boil, boil. I can hear it sizzle. I love the sound of sizzle when I cook. That means it's boiling happily. Happy, happy boil. It's time for a drink. It's time for a Julia Child cocktail. So what we're going to do is, ho, 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 it's time for a drink. It's time. Well, we watch the Happy Bubbles with the happy potatoes. We're going to have a happy cocktail. Mmm, delicious. I think I'll have another one as soon as I'm done. Okay. Ooh, I always like to do this. I always love to feel them, you know, if they're hard or soft. Check it out. Ooh, they feel good. I think we're ready, people. Yep, we're all set. Okay, guys, here we go. This is what makes it look like clam chowder. Now watch this. You can see all the butter in there. I know you can see that. Okay, stir it up. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look good? I wish you guys were here, right now. If you could smell this, you'd be like, is it soup yet? Well, it's kind of like soup, and it's almost ready, and it's gonna be good. Now, one more thing we have to add before we add the butter. Remember, very important. You have to add the salt and pepper. So now what I have to do is add the salt and pepper. You can add it to your taste, the way you like. A lot of people can't have a lot of salt. So what I would suggest you do is add the amount that you can have, or don't add any at all if you don't want to. And then when people sit down to eat it, they'll add their own. It's no big deal, you know. People will add their own. You just tell them, I didn't add salt and pepper to this, or whatever, you know, I didn't add it, so and they'll add to their own taste. Some people can eat salt, some can't. It's up to you. I personally, I have no problems. And my husband doesn't either, and we're the only two here that eats it. But if I was going to be cooking this for a lot of people, I would never add as much salt as you just saw me put in there at all. And I would tell the people, it might taste bland to you, that'll mean that you want more salt. Because believe me, salt and pepper is the main ingredient. Okay, now, the last thing we're going to do is add the rest of the butter. This is going to be good, too. And it's going to bubble and boil for maybe, I'd say another 5-10 minutes, and we're all ready. It'll be all done. See, I didn't use both sticks because the way it looked to me, it didn't look like I needed both sticks. You want to have a yellowy color. I didn't need both sticks this time because I used a smaller pan than I normally use. So, and it's gonna, oh God, I wish people were here to taste this. I'd like to invite every one of you people over to my house, just taste it. Then you'd say, wow, she wasn't kidding. It's pretty good stuff. It is. And like I said, there's no flour in it, and it's like soup. See, the more you boil it, the thicker it gets. But it won't get like wallpaper paste, believe me. That's the worst thing in the world. And look at this, when I pull the spoon out of the pan, look at all that stuff that's in there. Every spoonful you get is not just juice. You have everything in there. You know, it's not like, well, I didn't get anything in my clam chowder. I got maybe 2 clams out of my whole bowl. Well, take a look. Okay, that's why you've got to use a lot of stuff. And it's great. Stir it up. Oh, look, it's so happy. It's all those happy clams in there. And, it smells so good. Okay, we're going to let that sit for a few minutes. I have the gas on a saute, not high, not low, on a medium. If you have an electric oven, you have a high, medium, and low speed. Not speed, but like high, medium, and low on your electric oven. Best thing to do is start out on medium, go to low, go back to medium. Don't ever go up on high till the very end, till now, where you've got everything in it, you want to bubble, go on high for maybe 5 minutes, and then go back down to medium, and then back down to low, then shut it off, and happy chowder.
Hi guys, how you doing? This is real good chowder. Once again, my wife's outdone herself. Now for you guys who like to sit at home on Sundays and watch a football game, maybe you can get possibly your wife, if you cannot cook yourself, or your girlfriends to come over and do it for you. It's good stuff. My wife explained it really well. I think you can do it yourself. You don't need your girlfriend. That way you can have your buddies over there and enjoy the day.
Thank you for joining me very much. Happy chowder.
Chowder's up. Take it easy.